Welcome to today's Explainer. We're jumping right into a seriously powerful tool today, the Canadian Retirement Income and Tax Optimization Spreadsheet, version 1.0. Instead of just kind of crossing our fingers and guessing our way through retirement, this tool actually gives us a roadmap to keep way more of what we've earned. We're going to walk through this step by step and basically turn a giant, complex maze of numbers into crystal clear, actionable steps. Let's get started. So here is our roadmap for today. We'll kick things off with the lifetime tax strategy, then move right into setting your core assumptions. After that, we'll tackle optimizing CPP and OAS, look at TFSA and RRIF withdrawal strategies, go over annual maintenance and updates, and wrap it all up with a final review. All right, let's dive into Section 1, the lifetime tax strategy. Okay, before we even look at a single cell or formula in the spreadsheet, I want to ask you a really pivotal question. What is the true goal of your retirement spreadsheet? Seriously, take a second and think about it. Most people would probably immediately answer, well, it's to track my investment returns, or it's to see how big my portfolio is getting, obviously. But let's do a quick reality check here. A shocking number of retirees actually lose up to a third of their nest egg simply because of inefficient tax planning. If you're only looking at your gross returns, you are absolutely missing the biggest leak in your boat. So the primary goal of this tool, it's not just to track basic investments. The true goal here is lifetime tax minimization. Basically, this means prioritizing long-term, tax-efficient withdrawal strategies over short-term savings to absolutely maximize your net wealth. This is the core mission of our explainer today, and honestly, it is the real secret to unlocking your retirement wealth. Because think about it, it really doesn't matter how much your investments grow if you just end up giving an unnecessary chunk of it right back to the government, all because you pulled from the wrong account at the wrong time. This tool gives you visibility into the long game. It helps you sequence your income so that over your entire lifetime, your tax burden is literally as low as legally possible. Moving right along to Section 2, setting your core assumptions. On the assumptions worksheet, you're going to tackle 4 critical fields in chronological order. First up, your current age, and then right after that, your target retirement age. These 2 numbers establish your entire timeline, telling the tool exactly how many years of growth you have left before the withdrawal phase kicks in. Next, you'll input your current account balances. Now, you really want to be careful here to separate your taxable, tax-deferred, and tax-free buckets, because this basically sets the baseline for the entire projection. And finally, you'll define your spending goals to map out exactly what you need to live comfortably in retirement. By locking in these 4 coordinates accurately, you're giving the spreadsheet the exact feel it needs to map out your specific, personalized optimization strategy. Now let's jump into Section 3, optimizing CPP and OAS. Now, what's really fascinating here is the drastic difference in net wealth across these 3 starting ages for the Canada Pension Plan, or CPP, and Old Age Security, OAS. The spreadsheet lets you actually evaluate and compare these different timelines. So, taking CPP at age 60, that means a permanent reduction in your monthly benefit. Though, yes, you do get the money sooner. Waiting until 65 gives you the standard amount, but delaying until 70, that provides a significant, guaranteed boost to your monthly payout. The tool's data tables and comparison charts allow you to model these exact scenarios side by side, so you aren't just guessing in the dark anymore. You can instantly see which starting age results in the absolute highest net wealth over your specific life expectancy, based entirely on your unique income sources. All right, Section 4, TFSA and RIFF withdrawal strategies. Okay, let's get into the absolute heart of tax-efficient maneuvering. We're looking at 2 complete opposites here. On one hand, your TFSA models tax-free withdrawals. Every single dollar is yours to keep, completely hidden from the taxman, without bumping you into a higher tax bracket or triggering annoying clawbacks on your government benefits. But on the flip side, the RRIF models taxable withdrawals. Once you convert your RRSP to an RRIF, the government kindly mandates that you start taking money out, and, well, they tax every penny of it, adding it directly to your taxable income for the year. By mapping these out side by side in the tool, you can strategize exactly how much to pull from that taxable RRIF right up to a specific tax bracket line, and then smoothly top up the rest of your spending goal with that sweet tax-free TFSA money. That brings us to Section 5, annual maintenance and updates. A plan is really only as good as its data. So here's your required annual checklist. First up, you've got to be aware that version 1.0 of the spreadsheet uses Alberta as the default tax setting. So if you live in a different province, your very first task is to change the provincial settings to match your location, because provincial tax rates vary pretty significantly across the country. Second, and honestly, this is absolutely vital, you must update the tax brackets annually using official government data. Tax brackets are adjusted for inflation every single year. If you skip updating these rows in the spreadsheet, your projections are just going to drift further and further away from reality. And finally, always log your version history. Whenever you make these annual updates, just log it. That way you have a clear track record of when the data was last refreshed and exactly what changes you made. And finally, Section 6, Final Review and Next Steps. So, we've covered a ton of ground today. We've looked at how to set your assumptions, optimize your government benefits, strategically withdraw from your TFSA and RF, and keep the tool updated over time. But I really need to deliver a very important reminder straight from the source guide. Always, always consult a professional. Look, this spreadsheet is a phenomenal educational and planning tool that turns you into a highly informed client, not a certified accountant. Before you pull the trigger on any major, irreversible retirement decisions, take your completed spreadsheet and your final data to a financial professional or a tax advisor. Let them review your strategy just to ensure your plan is rock solid and perfectly tailored to the unique nuances of your personal financial situation. Think about everything we've uncovered today regarding sequencing withdrawals and timing your government benefits. Every single percentage point saved in taxes is a dollar that stays right there in your portfolio, compounding year after year for your future. So the big question remains, how much wealth is hiding in your tax strategy right now? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and happy planning.